I'd like to introduce you Michel Poulain, who is the demographer who discovered the blue zone. Everybody knows the blue zone, are the place where there is a big concentration of centenari. But I like to ask to Michel, how do you start this kind of job? Why you are interested in this issue?
In fact, I was demographer, and demographers study a lot of different fields like migration, fertility and so on, but also mortality. And I remember in '92, a medical doctor came and gave me a list of Belgian centenarians, 3,000. I say, why not? I would be interested. And I started to be interested, it's already now more than 30 years ago, on centenarian. And the main point is to be sure that these people are 100 years old. Because everywhere in the world, you have some people who say, I am 120, I am 130, in Siberia but it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. So you need to have document. You need to have birth register, death register, family history and so on, to prove that these people. So I was involved in a group, very small group, validating age of the oldest old. And I visited, I met a lot of people that were above 110, 115, 118, just to prove that they are really that age. And in this group, suddenly we have the team of Sassari arrive and presented the number of centenarians, the high longevity in the mountain of Sardinia.
The first one?
The first one. It was in 1999 in Montpellier. And everybody among demographers were skeptical. Why? Because they say there is no data, there is no register, it's remote area in the mountain and so on, it cannot be true. But, okay, I was volunteer to go and visit Sardinia for the first time, and I arrived there in 2000. And we validated one by one all the centenarians. So after 3 months, I can say that these centenarians were real centenarians. And I may close the box. It was finished. And that's the moment where I have an idea telling that it's not only individual centenarian, it's also that in one place you have more centenarian, and also in the neighboring place, and also. And that's the time that I took this blue pen to put on the map all these.
You can smell the atmosphere of centenarian people.
I think now I can say that I smell longevity, and not only when I go to the cemetery, but also in the street, on the bar. You can see really the presence of this longevity, very quiet, very, I would say, with a human face that is illuminating me.
Slow-mo.
Yes, that's very nice.
Maybe this is one of the most important things about longevity now.
Exactly.
Don't run.
The human dimension.
Don't run not to do exercise, because running for us is okay.
They do exercise. They eat correctly and so on. They do everything naturally. Normally, they don't.
Without stress.
Yes. They don't think about, do I have enough protein today? Do I have this? No.
It is a big lesson for us.
It should be quiet.
Yes, but how is possible to translate this kind of message in the modern life? What do you think about?
To limit the stress that you have in your mind, I want to live longer.
No, but not easy to do.
You know, when somebody asks me, what is the secret of longevity? Don't forget to live.
Yes.
Because you have a lot of people that want
here
to be
and now.
Yes, where you are living, where you are living with all your surrounding and so on.
The mindfulness is about. Yes.
And don't forget that you are not alone on this earth, and that you have other people and interaction. Exactly, the interaction with other person.
Yes.
Do you know that in Korea, South Korea?
Because sometimes to be alone, if it's a show, is good because you can find. Inside by yourself, but not to be isolated.
Exactly. So it's clear that at one moment I go and walk alone, even in the city, and then my brain is putting everything in order. But then after, you have to meet people.
Absolutely.
And in the city, it's often that I met somebody that I don't know, and I start to discuss with that person. And the person is a bit astonished that, okay, why?
Why?
He talked with me.
Yeah, you are,
and then I took,
absolutely.
and I took positively.
Me too.
I took positively. And
if you smile to a people now, when you are meeting, why you are smiling to me?
Why in the countryside,
Yes.
it's normal. When I'm walking in the mountain, I say hello to
Everybody.
everybody.
Yes,
and I put twice more time to go on the top because
you stop, you talk towards.
Exactly. But
I know.
This is really a good point. And I have a friend. I was going down from the mountain with him, and so we were visiting him just last week in south of France because we were talking together. We have contact and a positive contact, and so he was so happy and invite me. I will have another one. So many people come, and progressively you have more and more friends, just because you did not close your mouth, but you open your mouth to say positive things.
Yes.
And that's what I say. If you want to live longer, live. And change the E by O, love. And if you put the two, it's enough.
Love is everything.
Exactly.
But what about, in your idea, the next blue zone? You have some idea about?
No. My main wish is not to find 10 blue zones around the world.
No, you don't.
You're
not
if I have an information on a place where people are living longer, I will go there. But you should understand that there are a lot of places that I say that is not a blue zone. I have been in Rodrigue, I have been in Barbados, and in Cuba I was not able to validate because I did not have the data. So you have a lot of other places that I visited and that are not in the list, the restricted list of blue zone. But the most important for me now is what I name the living blue zone. Living blue zone is to take the lesson of the blue zone.
Just a second, I want to ask you something about Cilento, because I know that
you are Cilento.
No, I am not from Cilento, but it's Italian.
Cilento, I visited this area. I have been in Acciaroli, I remember. The main problem is that you should, to prove that it's an exceptional longevity, there is a lot of work to do with demographic data. That's what I did in Sardinia. For example, in Villa Grande, I have the full genealogical tree of all the village, 15,000 people in my computer. And when they need some information, they have to call me to give information. So in Cilento, it is important to be able to reconstruct, to go into detail, as I did in Sicily. But unfortunately, we did not succeed to prove that it's higher. I'm now working also in Galicia, in Spain, and it's not easy to find numbers that show that it's really exceptional. But if you remember, put this in your mind, that in Villa Grande, the village in the middle of the blue zone of Sardinia, there have been 60 centenarians, 30 men, 30 women. In a normal village, there would be only one. 60 to 1. It's not a simple explanation, it's huge difference. And you have to explain, and a lot of researchers in this meeting are proposing food, exercise, and so on, but to explain 60 times more, you need to have strong hypotheses, very strong. Not yet. They are not yet there. No.
All right.
No.
Perfect. So at the end, we can tell the best predictor of longevity, the best advice that we can do to the people, love, love, love.
Exactly. Live love.
And live with love.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.